Hello learners. In this lecture we will see what is nominal mix design and what is nominal mix and what is design mix. So far we have understood there are two types of mixes, a nominal and a design. So coming to the nominal mix, these are those mixes whose proportion of ingredients are fixed. That is, for example, M7.5, M10, M15, M20 and M25. We have the certain uh, ratios for that, right? For M20 we know it is 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. For M25 it is 1 is to 1 is to 2. For M15 it is 1 is to 2 is to 4, right? Yeah. So here the ratios are, or the ingredients are fixed here. The ingredients are mixed based on the volumetric basis. That means we try to make use of volume batching here and not the way batching. Based on the volume, let us say you'll take a bucket, and with the help of that bucket you'll try to put the cement, the sand, the coarse aggregate and the water. So based on the volume we try to do the measurement, hence it is called as volumetric. Next, coming to the design mix, these are those mixes whose proportion of ingredients are not fixed. That means, suppose if I say M30 grade of concrete, then I don't know what is the ratio that I need to use. But if I ask you prepare a M15 grade of concrete, you're not going to ask me another question, tell me the ratio for that, because M15 is known to everyone that it has to be 1 is to 2 is to 4. But if I ask you for M30 or M35 grade of concrete, the very next question that you're going to ask me is tell me the ratio for that, because those ratios are not fixed, right? Hence it's written here, these are those mixes whose proportion of ingredients are not fixed. The ratio of proportion varies from place to place depending upon the quality of the materials, the grade, the company of the cement available and all, right? So here when we speak of M30 grade of concrete, let us say I want to prepare M30 grade of concrete. Now I don't have any ratios fixed. Now you need to tell in which place you're doing the M30 grade of concrete. Suppose if you're doing a M30 grade of concrete in, let us say, Bangalore, then in which place in Bangalore? Let us say somewhere in Electronic City. Good. So now in Electronic City, what is the quality of a sand you're getting, from where you're bringing the cement, what is the source of water, from where you're bringing the water, what is the source of your coarse aggregate. All these things we need to consider. We need to do the testing on all these things, right? Once we do the testing on all these things, and then we'll prepare a mixed design. And once we prepare a mixed design, finally we'll come to a conclusion. Let us say I want to prepare the mixed ratios are 1 is to 1.8 is to, let us say, 2.3. So this is the final ratio what I'm getting. Now I did this ratio I got in Bangalore. Let us say I went to Ahmedabad now. So in Ahmedabad also I need to prepare M30 grade of concrete. So there also will I be getting the same ratios there? No, because you need to tell me in which place in Ahmedabad, right? Let us say somewhere in Sanand I'm going to do my construction. Fine. So then what is the fine aggregate you're getting? Whatever fine aggregate you get in Bangalore in the Electronic City may not be the same fine aggregate what you get in Ahmedabad in the Sanand area, right? Let us say fine aggregate, you have to tell what zone of fine aggregate is that. You have to tell me the course of a course aggregate from where you're going to get. We have to do the testing on that. What kind of course aggregate it is? If you're bringing a water, you have to check the quality of a water. What is the pH of the water? How is the quality of the water and all? And finally, if you try to prepare a mixed design, let us say I'm getting some 1 is to, let us say 1.5. Let me take this as 1.9, and let us say 2.6 is what I'm getting. So this and this will never match, because since it is a design mix, I am a designer, right? And based on the materials that is available and based on the site condition, this thing will change. But whereas in nominal mix, the moment I say M15, let us say I'm in Bangalore, and if I say M15 grade of concrete I need to prepare, it's 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. You'll not ask me another question. Similarly, if you go to Delhi and if I say you to prepare M15 grade of concrete, again you're not going to ask me a question. Directly you'll take 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. So here it will not change from place to place. Here directly it's understood. But when it comes to design mix, it will change from place to place based on the materials and all. Yeah. So next is, here the tests are conducted on each and every ingredients, and only after that the ingredients are used, right? In the nominal mix we don't do any testing and all. Whatever material is available, we try to make use of that and we finish off our concreting work. But when you go for design mix, each and every ingredients, right from the cement, the fine aggregate, the coarse aggregate, each and everything we have to do the testing. We need to check whether they're passing our Indian standards or not, and only then we'll try to use them in the mixed design. The grade of concrete from M25, M30, M14 above are usually design mix. M25 we have a ratio. Sometimes we consider that into a nominal mix, but most of the time M25 we go for a design mix. We don't take that 1 is to 1 is to ratio. In fact, we try to do it. So I put it in the design mix. And whatever is above M25, we all we do mixed design for that. So for high-rise structures and all, it is always mandatory to use design mix, right? When we go for a G plus 10, 15, 20 high-story buildings and all, we always go with a design mix. The ingredients are weighed here, and then the concrete is designed using IS 10262 2019 codebook. Here it was volume batching, but when it comes to design mixed design, we always do weigh batching, right? Why we do weigh batching is that so that when I say 1 kg, if I'm in Bangalore and if I say 1 kg of cement, you are going to take 1 kg of cement. If you're in Delhi and if I say you to take 1 kg of cement, you'll be taking 1 kg, right? So it is a weigh batching. But if you go for a volumetric batching, so in Bangalore, if I tell you to take a cement, you may take cement in this particular container, right? And if you go to Delhi, in Delhi you may not be using this cylinder. Let us say you're going to make use of uh, gauge box or something like that. There your volume is going to change, right? So there that weight will fluctuate. I mean the volume is going to fluctuate. But whereas in weigh batching, no, nothing is going to fluctuate. 1 kg is 1 kg everywhere. So that is why it is a more accurate method of doing the batching. So usually we go with the weigh batching, and in design mix always we follow the weigh batching, right? Now to put this in a more better way, what is nominal mix and what is design mix? It's a very simple way of understanding. Whenever I say nominal mix, it's like you go for a street shopping and all. Sometimes we see this, right? Fixed rate, no bargaining. The moment I say M15, it's understood 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. There's no bargaining and all. It's directly done. So, right, directly, let's say 100 rupees, you pay him 100 rupees and you take this clothes from him. That's it, done. But when I go for mixed design, now you go to this shop and ask him what is the cost of this t-shirt. Now we'll tell it's 200 rupees, right? So that is the rate what he has given. Now we'll try to check the quality of that material, right? You will try to check the quality of that material. You'll check each and everything of that particular dress what is showing you. And now based on your experience, you will come to a judgment whether paying 200 rupees is worth for that or not. Or based on your bargaining skills, what you're going to do, instead of paying him 200 rupees, you'll pay him like 150 or 160 rupees and you'll bring that. Similarly, when we go for mixed design and all, we try to see the quality, we try to see the what you call the ingredients like fine aggregate, the coarse aggregate and all. Based on that quality, we try to prepare a mixed design. And when we try to prepare a mixed design, we already see a good concrete technologist is required who's having a lot of experience. Based on the experience, he is going to give a very economical mixed design for me, right? So that's how a nominal mix and a design mix can be understood in a better way. So design mix, there is no fixed price. Based on your bargaining skills, based on the quality of that and all, you try to bargain and bring it. But when it comes to nominal mix, it's very straightforward. 100 rupees is 100 rupees, pay and come back. Fixed price. 1 is to 1, 1 is to 1.5 is to 3, or 1 is to 1 is to whatever maybe. That's right. So this was a very rough way of understanding what is nominal mix and what is design mix. Yeah. Now coming to the main difference between them. So we'll go one by one. Yeah. So in the nominal mix, the ratio of ingredients are fixed. That is cement plus fine aggregate plus sand plus coarse aggregate and water. And this we have understood. And it is M10, M15, 20, and so on. So in the design mix, the ratio of ingredients are not fixed, but they are designed based on the testing each materials by using this code book. So the mix is obtained by volumetric batching. Here we make use of weigh batching. No quality control is followed here, and no individual testing of material is done. But here we always go with a strict quality control. Each and every material will be tested according to Indian standard and specification. And the bulking of coarse aggregate and the bulking of a sand will be taken care here. No slump test of workability and cube testing is done here. Usually we don't do. In normal construction, if you see everything is nominal mix, people don't try to do this slump test, the cube testing and all. But when you go for design mix and all, always whenever the concrete will arrive the site, the first you need to do the slump test, and then we are going to do the cube testing. Once you prepare the cube, you try to do the testing on that, and we try to verify the results that you get in the lab and on the practically on the site. And here usually we assume that whatever concrete we are preparing, it is fit enough to gain the strength. There is no guarantee of that. That's it. But here we'll try to justify that with proper lab tests and all. Once you prepare the cube testing here, you try to make sure whether the strength what you're getting is correct or not. If you're designed your concrete for M35, after 28 days when we do the testing on the cube, you should make sure that 35 Newton per mm square, more than that strength is achieved on the real structure. Her material used is usually cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water. These are the normal material what we try to use in nominal mix. But when it comes to design mix, along with that, we'll try to make use of plasticizers. Then we can go with the pozzolanas like fly ash, GGBS, super plasticizers, and so on. Here it is used for the concrete of grade up to M20 and less. Normally for M20 and less than that, we usually go with a nominal mix. But for this can be used for any grade, but we don't try to do mixed design for M15 and M20. It's there, those ratios, whatever we have, we try to go with that. Beyond M20, like M25 and all, we usually go with the design mix. Plasticizers are used here to change the properties of the concrete and to reduce the water content. We have understood that why plasticizers will be used, right? So this is all about the difference between the nominal mix and the design mix. Yeah. So we'll see a video of this, how it is done. Yeah. So you can see it here. It's a nominal mix what we're trying to do. Here everything is volume batching. These people are taking coarse aggregate. We have cement bag kept here. There's sand stored here, right? And see, this guy is making use of this two bucket, and this two bucket is going to fill. So everything is volumetric batching here. So you're not going to do any quality testing, whether the cement what has come to the site, whether it's of good quality or not. Nothing is being tested here. So whatever is arrived at the site, we are doing it. And also you can see here, this is also volumetric batching. They have certain proportions fixed with them, that you have to put 50 kg of one bag. For that you will be putting three or four buckets of this particular sand, and another five or six buckets of the coarse aggregate. That will be its mixed proportion. And then water, they don't have control over the water. We'll see that. And this is the concrete what they are prepared. Every time the concrete what you get here, it's not a good concrete. I mean, the quality is not maintained here. Now it is more workable, like it has a lot of water content in this particular, but still we try to use that. There's no quality control and all. And look here how they're putting the coarse aggregate and all. Sometimes they will come with full bucket, sometimes half, sometimes will come with half bucket. And while they're coming from here, most of the aggregates will fall. And also the best part is about the adding water. There is no look at the quality of the cement this time. It is totally flowable, right? Again, there is no quality control over that. And also we can see it here how they are trying to add water. So half of the water is fallen here, and again half of the water. So there's every time a different liter of water is added here. So there's no great quality over the concrete. But that's what I told. Here we assume that the strength is achieved, because once you prepare a cement, once you add cement or sand and all, some strength will be achieved, and we say that we are going to gain that strength, right? But when it comes to design mix, we finish this. Yeah. But when it comes to design mix, we have certain batching plans ready with us. So from here the proper quality, yeah, the proper quality control will happen. If 50 kg of cement has to be added, exactly 50 kg of cement will come, right? And then if let us say 100 liters of water has to be added, 100 liters of water only will come. And the whatever aggregates you are going to use here, everything, the moisture corrections and everything will be made here. And then whatever concrete you are going to get, it will be taken with the help of a transit mixer to the site where the concreting is done. A lot of quality control will happen here. And once the concrete reaches the site again, there again you need to do testing of that, like we are going to do the slump test and all. So this is a concrete which has come from the batching plant, let us say. And once it has come, they'll take this concrete, and then they're going to do the casting of a cube, and then they're going to do the compaction for this. And also slump test has to be done. And once you do the slump test and all, only then we are going to allow the concrete. Then we are going to do the curing of this for 28 days. Then we try to do the testing on that, right? So all this here, what will happen? Proper quality control is there, and we'll make sure that concrete what we are used after doing a cube testing, that the same strength is achieved there. Because here we try to verify the results, whereas in nominal mix we never try to do that. We assume that the strength is gained over there, right? Yeah. I hope you have understood what is nominal mix design and what is mixed design. In the next lecture, we'll try to see what are the different methods of mixed design, and then we'll try to take up, uh, we'll try to see what are the procedure that we need to follow for doing a mixed design. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.